been 30 years since the Goofy movie came out, and Powerline is still the #1 animated pop star of all time. I know y'all seen everybody and their mama doing the eye-to-eye choreography on TikTok and on Reels, but do you know who the choreographer is? Better yet, do you know who the dancers were that served as the live-action reference for the film? Well, guess what? I found every single one of them, and I think it's time we say their names. Let's start with the choreographer. Anthony Bam Bam Thomas was hired by Disney to choreograph Eye to Eye, but he also served as a live-action reference for Powerline. Now, if you're thinking, Powerline was a lot like Janet Jackson, that's because Anthony was also her choreographer, and he choreographed her infamous Rhythm Nation music video that went on to win a Grammy, a VMA, and seal the deal for Janet Jackson's Video Vanguard Award. On the Rhythm Nation 1814 project, he also worked alongside legends like Tina Landon, Lavelle Smith, and Terry Bixler. He went on to be the principal choreographer for her first tour, the Rhythm Nation tour in 1990, and he also contributed choreography to the All Right music video, which he also danced in alongside legends like Cab Calloway and the Nicholas brothers. Janet found him when he was very young, and his first project, he co-choreographed her Control music video at the young age of 22. Outside of Janet, Anthony has choreographed for Tony Tony Tone, Tevin Campbell, and the 1992 cult film Toys, starring Robin Williams. His choreography even showed up in Tamar Braxton's Rhythm Nation tribute on Dancing with the Stars and in American Dad's animated take on Miss You Much. And he's still out here dancing. Anthony dances a few funk styles, mainly locking, and you can see him today judging at Just a Boo, one of the biggest dance battles in the world. Assisting Anthony was Kenneth Lavis, who's worked with him on many a project. He also goes by Mr. KLEEN. He's a true funk and street style OG, and he dances the same style as Anthony, popping and locking. He's assisted Anthony on multiple projects, including the It Feels Good music video by Tony Tony Tone, Tevin Campbell's tour, and the 1992 cult film Toys. And yes, Mr. KLEEN still dances to this day, and he also does hair, so ladies, if you need a cut and a color, holla at him. He's been a judge at some of the most iconic street dance battles, B-Boy Summit and Freestyle Session, as well as World of Dance. From the streets to the screen, Mr. KLEEN has brought precision, culture, and soul to everything that he does. And that's the kind of legacy that deserves to be named, remembered, and celebrated. Okay, so we knew who was Powerline, but who were his fly-ass backup dancers? First up, Claujia Bretas. She was one of the women behind the Powerline dancers in the Goofy movie, and she also performed the reference movement for Roxanne in this short dance moment at the end. Her movement gave those girls that black girl magic, because let's be so for real, we knew they was black, at least one of them. And her career didn't start or stop there. You might recognize her here in Michael Jackson's Come Together video, where she's doing a solo with Michael on stage. She was also in Montel Jordan's This Is How We Do It video, popped up in a Pepsi commercial with Madonna, and danced in Bobby Brown's My Prerogative music video. She did voiceover work in animated films like Dinosaur and Rio, and showed up in 2 episodes of A Living Color. And yes, this is her on the back of LL Cool J's Around the Way Girl album. She even toured with Tevin Campbell. Like, she was everywhere. She was that girl. She was one of them girls. Back when video vixens actually had to dance. And like most dancers from that era, she didn't always get her credit. So today, we saying her name, Claujia Bretas. She was a woman with a groove. And the other backup dancer, that's Indrani Desouza. She was one of the bodies behind Powerline's background dancers, but she also performed a move for Stacy, Roxanne's best friend, in that little dance clip that I showed you guys earlier. And her resume, don't play with it. You can catch her here in After Seven's Ready or Not music video. Oh, go watch it, it's so gorgeous. And she danced in Babyface's Whip Appeal, Prince's Cream, and performed with Prince at the VMAs during the iconic Get Off set. Yeah, the one with his butt cheeks out. That one. She was part of Prince's Diamonds and Pearls tour, and she did the pre-show for Paul McCartney's tour, as well as being a swing dancer for Janet on Janet, the tour, with choreographer Tina Landon. And she didn't stop at dance. Indrani now runs her own acting studio in LA called An Acting Studio. She trained under Aaron Spicer, and now she helps actors bring that same presence to the screen that she once brought to the screen and to the stage. Even if dancers move on, they'll always be dancers, and her work will always live in the legacy. So thank you, Indrani Desouza, for being one of them girls. You helped move the movement, and that's what matters. Now let's talk about who was the body behind Max's moves in the Goofy movie, and that was David Avelar. That bounce that Max got, that little kick, Yup, that was David. Anthony Thomas discovered David back in Oxnard, California, and brought him into the Rhythm Nation era through Janet Jackson's All Right music video. You could catch him killing it right here in the green. From there, Anthony brought him on as assistant choreographer on a number of projects. David assisted Anthony on the Tevin Campbell tour, and afterward, he became one of the dancers filmed for a Goofy movie. You can catch him dancing with Tevin right here in this live performance of Can We Talk? Absolutely in his bag. And his work didn't start there. David also assisted on the film Toys and on the cult classic Stay Tuned. And yes, that's him in the Salt and Pepper Start Me Up music video from that same film. Oh, and don't blink or you'll miss him in the Backstreet Boys Everybody music video choreographed by the one and only Fatima Robinson. And now he's a family man, still holding it down, still moving through life with the same energy he brought to the stage. David Avelar made Max come to life, and he's a big reason why that concert scene still lives rent-free in your head 30 years later.
And then we had another guy who was doing those same moves, but as Goofy would do it.
Hey, Dad, do the perfect cat!
He's putting a little more flap in the arms and all this, and
that guy, that was Bradley Rapier. He was the groove behind the goof. That silliness, that bounce, that spark you saw in Goofy, that was Bradley. Bradley left Canada and a whole career in medicine to dive into LA street dancing in the early 90s, and ever since, he's been moving the culture. You can see him in La La Land, a Goofy movie, Duh, and music videos from Fatboy Slim, Gwen Stefani, Diana Ross, Super Bowl halftime shows, Queen Latifah, and Boyz II Men. And yeah, I even get to dance in a music video myself with him. He's the founder of the Groovaloos, a legendary street dance crew that hit So You Think You Can Dance, Dancing with the Stars, Ellen, Jimmy Fallon, and won on NBC's Superstars of Dance. He choreographed for Disney's World's Best and earned an Emmy nomination in 2025, and he's choreographed Broadway and Off-Broadway alongside Tony Award-winning directors of Hamilton, Jersey Boys, and Motown the Musical. These days, he teaches his method, Groove Theory, using the rhythm and mindset of street dance to help people reconnect with their purpose and keep moving forward. But he's not just a motivational speaker, he's a groove architect. And just 2 weeks ago, Bradley dropped a breakdown of his Goofy experience on his IG. So go watch it. Bradley Rapier didn't just bring Goofy to life. He was the life behind Goofy. Powerline might have been animated, but the movement, the flavor, the soul, that came from real dancers, real bodies, real work. And even though they were in the credits, people still don't remember their names. So we're gonna say them every time, period. I'm doing this series because I'm tired of folks not knowing who the dancers were. The fuck? Now, thanks to social media, some dancers get recognition if they're behind a really big artist like Beyonce or Chris. But you'd be surprised how full these dancers' resumes are. They've probably been in every single iconic moment that you've ever loved, and you just didn't know it. So, if you like this breakdown, stay tuned. I'm making this a whole series. We're gonna talk dance in everything, in TV, film, music, animation, whole 9 yards. The choreographers and dancers behind the most unforgettable, iconic moments in pop culture. Comment below what film, music video, or tour you want me to break down next, and I'll find the dancers because it's time we all knew their names.